Aging with pride. You know, we're all getting older. The sooner we recognize that and plan for it, the more prepared we'll be. Health and wellness, two of the most important factors as we age. An introduction to important services available to all of us as we try to live independently. And a house call to better understand senior living centers. This is Living and Aging with Pride, and here's your host, James Brown.
Hey, thank you for stopping here. This is a show called Living and Aging with Pride. My name is James Brown, and I'm the host. And I'm really trying to get people to understand that aging can be a wonderful thing if you think and if you plan and you recognize. As looking at you, you look like a young, older adult.
Thank you.
You know, tell me, has it been difficult for you to wrap your arms, your mind around the fact that you are getting older and you don't do the kinds of things you used to do? And have you prepared for that?
Well, I try to keep myself in good shape, but last week I went camping with my kids and my grandkids in the place that I've been camping in the past, and all of a sudden, for the first time, I really felt that I wasn't really 19 years old inside of this old body. But I've been trying to keep myself in shape as best as I can, but I am facing that reality that I'm getting older.
Is that difficult for you?
It's when you start realizing that you're a lot closer to 90 than you are to like 50, it's a big issue, yes.
What do you do?
I'm a leadership consultant.
So you use your mind?
I use my
And your
mind, and
voice.
that keeps me sharp as I can, yes.
Great. And sir, and you?
Well, your first premise was I don't still try to do the things that I always was doing. I think I still do try to do the things that I was always doing. It's just your mind is out in front of your body, so it hurts more.
So what kind of things are you doing that your body hurts?
So almost anything, whether it's skiing or running or swimming's good for you. Swimming's a good exercise. I do think if you exercise regularly, you're not setting records. You're not getting ready for the Olympics. You're just sitting there making sure that you get good wind going, and get a good workout. And all of a sudden, I find a lot of the aches and pains and a lot of the joint crankiness all goes away. So you work, but you work at the level that you are comfortable working with. You're not going to impress anybody. All you have to do is just do that on a routine basis. That helps a lot for me.
I have a good question for you. Do you think it's time for a show to come along and really start talking to older adults?
Of course I do. Sure.
Well, we would probably watch it because we're getting to be older adults. Any tips that we can get to stay as young as we can, as long as we can, would be of interest to us for sure.
Well, I want you.
Can I make one? And here's why it's important. Because there is one thing, even as I've gotten older, that I've seen. You see people treat you a little differently as you get older. And I'm looking at them going, you have no idea. You're sitting there making assumptions, and those are bad assumptions.
Actually, it gets even worse. You become invisible as you're walking, as you're getting older, particularly with the younger people who look right through you. It's an amazing thing. I play the guitar, for example, and I still play in clubs. And inside my brain, I'm 19 years old, and I'm a pretty good guitar player, and just continue to do the things that make you feel alive. And that's the big advice I would say.
So the one thing would be health. The longer, the way I look at getting older is at some point, you're going to start breaking down. I just want to push that breakdown out as far as I can, because when you get older, you get closer to retirement, you generally have, first off, more time on your hands to do the things you want to do, so you're going to make sure you can do them. Number two, you know what? If people don't like what you think, or you don't like something about what people do, it's a lot easier for somebody who's not worried about losing their job, or it's like, you can say what you think. Ideally, you do it in a constructive, collaborative, respectful way, but you don't have to worry so doggone much about what everybody else thinks about.
Hey, gentlemen, thank you for stopping and talking to me. My name is James Brown, and I'm your friend.
Okay.
Thank you, James.
Thank you. It's a Pleasure meeting you.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Take care.
All right, bye-bye.
Up next, we dive into health and wellness. Stay right here for more Living and Aging with Pride.
Hello, welcome to Living and Aging with Pride. I'm your host, James Brown, and today we're talking about health and wellness. And my guests, none other than Dr. John Lasser and Rob Ince from the Utah Commission on Aging. Welcome, gentlemen. Why is it important for us as we get older to be concerned about our health and our wellness? You want to tell me about that, Doc?
Because we want to have as good a quality of life and be as happy and functional for as long as we can. And to do that, we need to think about our health and our wellness, and we need to prepare when we're younger, and we need to prepare even when we're older. It's not all about extending life or life expand. Most people would rather have good quality of life.
Well, people want to have good quality of life, but they don't do the things necessary to ensure that that's going to happen. I mean, your job is to oversee that in a sense. What do we do? How do we think about this issue as we get older?
Well, first off, in our culture, we don't think about death. We don't talk about it. A lot of people, will come to me and say, I want to live forever.
Right.
And so first off, we need to realize that if we breathe air continuously long enough and live, sooner or later we're going to die. That's inevitable. We have a human life cycle. We're born,
Right.
and we grow and we develop and we reach a peak maturity. But at some point we start to decline in our functioning. Usually around 70, we notice that we can't work as hard or as long
Right.
as we did. We have to take more frequent breaks. About 75, we kind of slow down even more.
Right.
We really start slowing down on average at 85. And so, but a lot of people think that, well, as functional as I was at 45, that's how I'm going to stay my whole life. And they're kind of shocked when they start to slow down.
Believe me, that's not where you're going to stay. We talk about health. We talk about wellness.
Right.
What's the difference? Because when I think of health, I think good health. When I think of wellness, is that I'm healthy and well.
So you want to maximize your health.
Right.
And kind of wellness is kind of the tool to do that. And so there are a lot of things out there that are just plain common sense that a lot of us learned in health class. Basically eat your vegetables, eat more fruit,
Right.
eat more nuts, more beans, more chicken, turkey, fish, and kind of tone down the red meat. And the biggest thing is sugar.
Right.
Sugar has been shown to increase the risk of dementia. And this can start when you're 20, working to not have dementia when
Right.
you're older. And if you eat healthy and you are active,
Right.
you don't have to run, you don't have to train for the Olympics. Simply walking 5,000 steps a day will actually help repair the damaged DNA that's part of aging.
So how does this impact our society? I mean, and I'm going to let you jump in. I know you want to add something, but how does this health and wellness impact our society?
Well, so if you look at it from a population point of view,
Right.
if we could all do these common sense basics things, then we could improve the overall health of our society.
Right.
Everyone would be happier, have a better quality of life. The healthcare costs would drop tremendously. I bet you we could cut the GNP spent on healthcare in half if we did this universally.
So the pie is made up of everything we all need to be doing, and we all need to have a piece of that pie so that we can collaborate together and make this thing a healthy thing.
This is where you take individual ownership of your health care.
Right.
When John talks about cutting the costs, the necessary things that happen because we have been neglectful or we allow systems to act on us.
Right.
These are our choices, the way we behave. And our job is to help make sure folks have the right kinds of resources to know where they can get access to this, not only information,
Right.
but the kinds of events and activities that will help.
Which brings up the point of how do we get this message to the viewers, to the people out there who need it? Where do we go to find out how to do this besides our show, Living and Aging with Pride?
So one great place is to go to the Utah Commission on Aging website, which is utahaging.org.
Right.
And there you'll find connectivity to all kinds of aging issues, not only the policy point of view, the research point of view, but also the community resources available. And one cool place on the site happens to highlight an organization called the Utah Geriatric Society, of which John happens to be the president this year. And that's an affiliation of professionals who study in geriatrics and gerontology to come together, share best practices to mutually educate. And that is one way through the professional community, which then disseminates the information into the public through their patient networks. But in addition to that, you know, social media, there's a lot of stuff out there.
Right.
And people have to take the time to filter through what's real and what's not. Good rule of thumb, follow the science. You know? let's not be so. And John talked about advocates. You know, it's appropriate if you can't speak for yourself that you build a trusted team around you. Talks about teams. And whether they're advocating for your health or advocating for your financial well-being or whatever it may be, get trusted partners close to you that don't have a stake in the game of your resources, but that can actually help speak for you and help interpret those important instructions to help you have a vibrant life.
Hey, I want to thank you both for being here with Health and Wellness. You've done a great service to our community. We're going to keep you in our sight so we can learn and know what to do. I'm James Brown. This is Living and Aging with Pride, and we just talked a little bit about health and wellness. More to come.
When we come back, important services you need to be aware of as we age with pride. Stay right there.
Hi, I'm trying to figure out what your services are.
We offer a full range of support services for helping people remain independently living at home as they're aging. Our flagship program is, of course, Meals on Wheels, the one everybody knows about.
Heard about that.
Our senior centers are around the valley. They are senior recreation centers that can offer the same meal that is delivered by Meals on Wheels, but without the person having to remain homebound. We also offer a Rides for Wellness senior transportation program, which can take people to and from their medically necessary appointments. So any kind of healthcare related appointment, medical, dental, vision, hearing. We offer 2 in-home services departments, one geared toward having the caregiver as the client and getting in-home services for the care recipient. Then another one for those frail, homebound seniors who may be at risk of nursing home placement and are low income. We also have 2 different volunteer programs. And by volunteer programs, I mean the foster grandparent and senior companions are considered volunteers to the people they serve. However, the Salt Lake County Aging Services recruits lower income seniors for these programs, and we actually pay them a stipend in that.
This is incredible. Salt Lake County Aging and Adult Services is the place for you. If you have a need, you can come here. Tell them specifically what it is you're looking for, what it is you need, and they have it. And I would advise you to make certain that you know exactly what you need so you can spend your time getting that service rather than looking for that service. What have you thought about in terms of preparing for when you get older and might retire?
I think about saving money, making sure that that I'm financially safe and financially prepared for the future.
And how do you do that?
I do that by saving money, investing in 401ks, making sure that I'm spending money wisely now.
So how's your health?
My health's in fair condition.
You're eating right?
Yes, sir, I am.
What are you eating?
Lots of vegetables, drink lots of water, lots of meats like chicken and fish, trying to stay away from red meat and carbs.
So what would you say to older adults who need your help and assistance?
I would say don't wait for tomorrow to start thinking about your health today and start thinking about what you can do to have a better future. Start today, you know, even if it's something small, just start today.
Now that's what I'm talking about. We're starting today, and that's what's important. We need to figure out where we're going, make goals, make plans, so we can all live and age with pride.
That's right.
A weekly house call is next. What you need to know about senior living centers, and have we got a getaway opportunity for you through our friends at Incentivize Travel, and it's free. We explain next.
Hey, we're making house calls today. I'm telling you, Living and Aging with Pride. I'm James Brown. I'm your host, and I love this show. What I love about it is that I get a chance to go out and meet the great people who are making a difference in people's lives. And I got Lori Warner here, who is the manager of this incredible facility, Midville, Utah. Lori, tell me what you do here.
I have the opportunity to work with seniors from the surrounding communities and as well as Midvale.
Right.
Our seniors that come to our center are 60 and above, and we provide opportunities for our seniors to engage in exercise classes here at the Senior Center, engage in learning opportunities, health classes, things that will benefit and enrich their lives as seniors. As we grow older, we change, and we don't have a lot of information about that until all of a sudden we're in that position.
Why is that? Why is that? I mean, why do we wait to the last minute to pay attention to who we are, what age we are, and the people around us? Why is it we wait to the end of the spectrum to look at ourselves?
I think that we are so busy with our lives as we are moving through each different segment.
Right.
Whether it's starting as a kid, getting through high school, college, our jobs, all of those things, and then all of a sudden we're at that point, and it happens faster than we realize. And we don't spend a lot of time sitting and talking about it and what we need to prepare for. The Senior Center is a place for the seniors that are still able to reside in their own home, apartment, or they live with family still, and they can get around, they're independent. And so they come here during the day. They can come for an hour and take an exercise class and leave. It is not a facility that is a residential facility. We don't have seniors that live here.
Do they have to pay to be here?
They don't have to pay to be here. We do ask for some donations at some times. For instance, our meal, we offer a lunchtime meal,
Right.
and it is a suggested donation of $4. However, it's what the senior can afford. And some of our seniors that are on fixed incomes, even that $4 can stretch their budgets when unexpected costs come up.
I always tell people, if you're on a fixed income, there's a fixed outcome.
Yes.
So basically, this is a place that seniors can come and continue their life with all of these activities that they could do, meet similar kinds of people so they have relationships. And this is a continuation of what they need to be as they continue on with their lives.
What I have seen with senior centers is I see the seniors come in here and they form their own support groups.
Right.
They form their own families.
Right.
So that if they don't have someone to spend holidays with, they spend it together.
So
Right.
the senior center is rejuvenating their lives to get more proactive and involved in doing things, because that's one of the biggest issues with seniors. They stop doing things.
Yes. When you stay home and you sit and watch TV all the time
Right.
and that becomes your life, not only are you impacting your physical health because you're not exercising, and our muscles automatically start to lose
Right.
their strength
Right.
once we hit age 40. So unless you are exercising every day, you are losing muscle mass.
Can you kind of explain to us the range of activities you have here?
We have exercise classes that will fit the seniors at all different ability levels. We have our seniors that are what we call younger seniors, so the ones that have just turned 60 that are still mobile, still very active. They're doing aerobics. We have a class called Enhanced Fitness, which is an aerobics strengthening and a balancing class that teaches them to retain and maintain that muscle mass that they have. And then, as we age, of course, and we become a little more fragile, we have classes for our seniors who their balance isn't as great. And so we do a sitting exercise class that we just started today. And again, even though they're sitting, they're doing things that will lead to stretching, that will lead to building what muscle mass or retaining what muscle mass they still have, and an aerobics component to that program while they're sitting in the chair exercising. So it doesn't mean that you have to be where you can't exercise normally. You're going to have a wide spectrum of people in different classes. We have Zumba Gold, which is Latin dancing.
I love it.
We have line dancing. We have pickleball that they play. And for those that are not as into the exercise component, we have our arts programs. We have pottery, doing pottery on the wheel, pottery where they're just doing what they call finger pottery, where they're just building, with their hands. But all of those things are important because it engages the mind, it engages their hands, with arthritis. The big important thing is to keep moving in that. So with whether it's our exercise program or whether it's the arts programs that we offer or health programs, you're offering them a chance to continue learning and moving and socializing.
I love it. Thank you very much, Lori. Until next time, I'm James Brown.
In association with our show's travel partner, Incentivize Travel, Living and Aging with Pride is proud to offer an incredible Mexican vacation to 2 lucky winners to the beautiful Hilton Tulum Riviera Maya all-inclusive resort on Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula. Hilton Tulum Riviera Maya all-inclusive resort is a natural sanctuary situated directly on the white sand and clear waters of a pristine and secluded bay that feels like a private beach. With 735 rooms and suites, 13 all-inclusive restaurants and bars, and a luxury spa, you can disconnect from the ordinary and connect with the extraordinary at this all-inclusive resort. Visit our website, livingwithpride.org, click on the Incentivize Vacation Giveaway, and you'll be entered to win this incredible vacation. Incentivize Travel is your travel company to engage, recognize, and reward. Enter today at www.livingwithpride.org.